Hey folks, JD here, and today we are going to look at a very important part of owning a fleet in No Man's Sky, and that is repairing it. So let's give you a little bit of context for this. So you've sent your fleet out, you've gone exploring new worlds, you've jumped so many hundreds and thousands of light years, you've been attacked, you've brought your fleet back, but now what do? Do you sit down and with a critically damaged ship, do you send them out again, or do you repair it? Well, definitely you repair it before you send it back out, because the last thing you want to do is to lose a ship just because you didn't put the time in to repairing it. Now, generally, when you're doing this, it doesn't take too long, but it can eat into about 5 or 10 minutes, so have a little bit of patience when you're doing it. So for this, you need to board your capital ship, then you need to jump to your manage fleet options on the bridge, and then once you've got the manage fleet options, you can see all of your critically damaged ships. Click on the one you want to repair first, and then click teleport aboard. Now you'll teleport aboard that fleet, and then you can completely repair that frigate. Make sure you've mined the asteroids and you've got plenty of gold, silver, platinum. Precious metals like that will very much be needed in order for you to complete these repairs. Not every repair, but the majority of repairs. So now you can speak to the captain and you can get a full damage report of him. Next, you can mark the damaged components, and then you can head out. Now, in the top of your little semicircle navigational bar at the top, you've got 2 little red ships. Those are pointing where the damaged components are. So you need to walk in that vicinity, find the damaged components, and then repair them. So for this, we're just going to go around, have a little look. Because this particular frigate can have up to 5 or 6 different parts of it that need repaired, I thought I'd go to the most important part first, and just as luck would have it, that part wouldn't need repairing this particular time. But usually that is the most important part, or the most damaged part, that needs to be repaired. So now just going to zoom around and find the other places, and then we're going to give those a good repair. If you haven't got the precious metals that you need, you can always go ahead and mine it. What I would recommend is spending a good 5 or 10 minutes in an asteroid field, mining the hell out of it, because any precious metals or any materials or minerals that you have on your starship, on your capital ship, or on yourself will get used in this repair. So here's our first access control unit that needs to be repaired. That door needs to be shut. So let's repair this. And this needs silver and platinum to be repaired, I think it said. So if we repair that door now shuts. That repair is complete. Okay. So now we're on to the other repair. Oh, actually, this frigate looks as if it is repaired after 1. Okay, well, we'll go and check it anyway, because it's better to check it before we leave rather than teleport off this frigate onto our capital ship and then find out we need to come back. So yeah, that one looks fine. Just going to double check it. Yeah, no problems there. And if we move on to the other half of the ship, we can just check this as well. Oh, looks like there's one component here that needs to be repaired. So we're just going to head that way. Now, which way is it? I think it's up, actually. I think it's this way, if memory serves. I love looking at all the asteroids and just looking into space. It makes you feel so insignificant, it really does. And yeah, here we go. The other access control unit needs to be repaired, or airlock control unit, rather. So this needs to be repaired. So there we are. Right, repaired that one. And now that one closes. Perfect. Now, usually you can't get through this side of the door. Yeah, there you go. So you've got to go back the other way that you came. It's usually a very linear path on a frigate, and that's this particular frigate repaired. So we're going to teleport from this one back to our capital ship, and then we're going to go ahead with some of the other repairs on the other frigates. because I wanna take these out again. I want to push these out through space. If you've never sent your fleet out through space, I would 100% recommend it. So what happens is you send them on expeditions, either combat expeditions or exploration expeditions, and you can get loads of units, loads of nanites, loads of relics. If you try to take over a Viking settlement, you need Viking daggers. This is the one place to get an absolute load of Viking daggers, is when you're sending your ships out. You get just an unbelievable amount of resources by doing it. So now we're going to go back in, and we're going to choose our next critically damaged ship. And once I've made my mind up, yeah, that one. Yeah, I think so. I'm just trying to remember. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, let's do this one. Then once we've teleported aboard here, we're going to go through the same process. Talk to the captain. He's going to tell us, oh, mayday, mayday, everything's gone to hell. And then we're going to mark the damaged components, and then we're just going to go ahead and repair them. Now, you don't have to do that step. You can just go ahead and repair the frigate just by exploring it. You can see that in the bottom right hand corner it says this frigate needs 2 repairs to complete. So even though I teleported across, your starship will teleport with you. And if you have a corvette, your corvette will teleport and dock to the top of the frigate, so you can see it just in space. So now that we've marked the damaged components, off we go. So there are 2 components in here that need to be repaired, and they're both side by side. Absolutely fantastic. So let's repair this one. I hope I've got enough resources. Actually, yeah, there are. So this one takes gold, and I think the other one takes silver, if memory serves. I might be wrong with that. It could be platinum. But it didn't matter. I had enough in my inventory anyway, so there we are. That is now repaired. So now I believe that's it for this frigate, but I'm just gonna have a 2-second walk around just in case any other red parts flash up. No, nothing. I'm on the other side of the ship now. As you can see, my starship isn't there. Let's just talk to the captain and see what he says. Perform scan. Perfect. There we go. So this one is all nice and repaired. So now what we're going to do is do the same actions again. Is we're going to go back to our capital ship and then look at the last ship that needs to be repaired. But beforehand, I just want to make sure that this one's okay, because it makes me a little bit irate to go back to the capital ship and then come back onto here. So I just like to do my due diligence and have a little look around. So if I jump over to the other, there we go. If I use this teleporter, the black teleporter is here to take you back to your main capital ship. Right. So we're going to go through the same process again, managing the fleet, and then looking at, there we are, just the one more left to do. So let's change this one and let's fix it. So let's teleport aboard, and then it's the same process. Even though the frigate might be different, it might need more parts to be repaired, it might need less. I think the most parts I've ever repaired on one of my frigates, I believe, is 7 parts, I think, and the less has just been 1. But again, it depends on the class of the frigate, it depends on the size of the frigate, it depends on a couple of different factors. So if, like me, you've got, at this point, this video is quite old, so I've got some Class A, Class B, Class C frigates, then you'll find yourself at least I seem to think the higher your class of ship, the more repairs need to be done on it. So we talked to the captain, we know which ones need to be repaired. We're now going to go ahead and repair it. So there's 2 here, one on the left, one on the right. Let's do the left-hand side one first. Yeah, cooling system, right. Okay, let's do the right cooling system. Sometimes there's a bug as well, where it'll tell you that something needs to be repaired, but you can't find it for love nor money. So that's left and right repaired. So now we've got one more showing up here, which is just over in that direction by the look of it. So let's use this ladder and let's go down. And then see if we can find this other thing that needs to be repaired. So it's definitely showing there on the right hand side of the screen, or the left hand now. Yeah, let's go this way. And then Is it this one? Yes, it is. Lovely stuff. So let's just give this a bit of a repair. There we are. That needed silver. That's all repaired now. So now we should be able to go back to our capital ship. I think that's everything repaired for this one. Let's just double check. Let's go in this way, and that doesn't need repair. Okay, good. That's closed. So yeah, I think it should just now be up the ladder and back to talk to the captain. He should say that everything's okay, and then we can teleport our way back onto our capital ship. Oh, hang on. And now it's showing it needs one more component to be repaired. But I'm not seeing any red up in the scanner at the top. Ship is badly damaged. Yeah. Okay, let's have a little look at the damage report, see if it wants to update it for me so I can see where it needs to be updated. Not that direction. Not there. I'm just talking about that bug, look, and it turns up. Let's just have a quick little look around here in case I've missed anything, because I don't want to... Right, so that one's repaired, that one's repaired. Up here, that's repaired. And that's as far as the gangway goes. Oh, that's a bit annoying. Right, okay, let's go this way. I mean, it might not be a bug. It could just be that I haven't found it, because this ship is quite big. But again, I'm not seeing that red. It's saying that one component is damaged, but I'm not seeing that little red ship icon that usually denotes that your ship is badly damaged and needs to be repaired, which is really quite strange. Okay, should we go? There's nothing there. My capital ship is there, but it's not even sure. It might be a bug. It might be. I've just tried to scan to see if it'll show up, but nothing there. The only other thing for it is to do a full walk around of the ship again. So let's do that again anyway. Let's just have a good walk around and see what we can find. It's not this way. No, back to the gangway again. That's the end of that. It's not... Usually there's a part that needs to be repaired at the top of the ship as well, but I'm not seeing that either this time. That doesn't need to be repaired. So the left and right hands are fine. So let's keep on going. Right, I think I went into the belly of the ship once, didn't I, and repaired that little part a little while ago. So maybe we need to go back down there again, perhaps, and recheck the other side. So let's take this ladder and let's go down and let's see if we can find... let's go this way, because we went straight on before, didn't we? And that doesn't need to be repaired. Okay, can I get through this door? No. Okay, so I got to go back and around excuse me, and around the other side of the ship. So back this way, up here, which is the way we went before, and that's the part that we repaired before. And I don't think I can get through this door. Let me try anyway, because knowing me, it'll be on that side of the ship. Nope, nothing. Okay, must be a bug. Maybe I'll teleport back to the capital ship and have a little look and see if we can figure out what's going on there, because it's certainly quite strange that... Just double check here again. No, that's fine. All fine. All fine. Okay, fine. Right, let's head back to the capital ship anyway, because then at least we can have a little look, and I can come back to this at some point. I'm going to save and, load the game up again. Maybe it is a bug, maybe it isn't, but I'll keep you guys posted anyway and just let you know what happens with this. But I do think it's very strange that one needs to be repaired. But Yeah, can't seem to find where that is. Okay, fine, no problem. Right, let's go back onto the top. And we repaired two or three of the damaged parts in this. I can't remember now, looking for that one for so long. And we're going to head back. We're going to go back onto the teleport and head back to our capital ship. And then we should be able to send at least two of the ships that we've repaired out on an exploration journey. And that should be us. So, yeah, let's just go across there. I'll come back to this at a later date. Let me know in the comments if you've had anything similar. Right, so we're back on our bridge. So now we're not going to... so we've still got that one which is damaged, but that's fine. I'll come back to that again. So what we're going to do is we are going to go and have a little look at our navigational guy, because every 24 hours or so he comes up with new navigational routes for us to take. So let's have a little look at some potential expeditions. So we've got a few here. I tend to go for the ones which have got the furthest light year distance. You can see I've got ships out on 2 already. But also because I haven't got very highly rated ships which are ready to go out, those highly rated ships are already out. We're just going to do a little expedition. I'm going to send a combat and an exploration ship. Again, it's always good to get as much materials and resources as you can. And then we're going to launch the expedition. And then hopefully they're going to go pew. They are indeed. Right, folks, so that's it for another video. Don't forget, join us tomorrow. We're going to have more No Man's Sky. There's so much to go through. Right then, my friends, thanks ever so much for watching and listening. I've been JD. You've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time, my friends, happy gaming.